Well, hello YouTube. Just watched 2 hours of Star Trek Discovery. I've only just caught up with last week's episode, which I will say was pretty shit. It was alright last week's episode. The Empress turned up working for Section 31. You know, I think they're going to have to be careful because, like, where Deep Space Nine came into it was Section 31. It is quite a secret organisation. There seems to be fluttering about everywhere at the moment. You know, the Admiral knows about them. You know, these were meant to be so high up they were beyond Starfleet intelligence. That, I mean, this were like the Black Ops. You know, very few people knew about them. I know they do answer probably to the president or to somebody on a... There must be a chain of command somewhere, even if there is a splinter organisation that exists in between the Constitution and the Federation somewhere. They are chartered to exist, we know that. But last week's episode were alright. Stamets got his partner back. It was a bit of a lame episode. I mean, it was alright, a lot of very talky episode, emotion and stuff, and you sort of dribbled through it. Yeah, I don't know, the week before that was very good, you know, but for Sharon I really enjoyed. But last week, I don't know, like the old Mycenial network and there's the life form in there. I knew this is obviously where at some point they're not going to be able to use it because it's going to disrupt this dimension of where they're being affected. Stamets' partner were like an infection in there to him. Because when Tyler broke his neck in last series, when Stamets sort of kissed him, it sort of like recharged him, like gave him mycelial energy. But it could only exist in the mycelial network, and how do you say it? That it couldn't exist in ours. But they worked out a way that how Tilly got transported there, they reversed it. And he's come through, he's got a new body, and he sort of survived. I think he's a bit freaked out by it all. But there's going to be a catch to all this. This is going to come back and bite them on arse a couple of episodes down the line. I do like Captain, like I said, I like Anson Mount as Captain Pike. We've gotten so used to him being in it now. Michelle Yeoh, a pleasure to watch as usual as Giorgio. I do like the Section 31 technology, and I like the hint to the Next Generation badge when Pike says what type of communicator is that. They're still tracking Spock down. We've not seen him. I don't think we're going to see Spock for a bit. I think it'd be about episode 10 or 8. I think it'd be about 8 or 10. That's when we're sort of going to get to see him. I could be wrong. But next week we're going to Vulcan. So anyway, on to this week's episode. Well, that's last week's episode. Thought I'd get that because I didn't review it. Not a big fan of it. It was alright. I found I was getting bored actually. So that's my opinion. I just think they've got to be careful with Section 31. I'm a massive fan. And how long are they going to keep milking the Mycenial network? You know, I want to get into... I mean, there's been some great episodes in this season where there's even been 1 or 2 where you felt like a Star Trek episode. Now, today's episode was fantastic. It was all about Saru. You went back to his planet. The Red Angel was sending a signal from there to attract Discovery, obviously to get Discovery to go there. Saru, we're back on his own planet, and you found out about how his race is being kept down from evolving by another race that's technologically so far superior, and they create a balance. It was like a bit of a sort of a Logan's Run sort of feel, because that they get to a certain point, Kelpians, and then they I think the Bahara or something like that, where they die. It's to keep this balance. And I suppose they've developed it into a sort of religion. And this Baha race that's on there, it all starts coming out what this is about. And I found it really interesting because this goes back when Saru's ganglia things dropped out. and that means they're evolving. Because he got picked up by Giorgio, he worked out their technology and sent a message out into space. This other race on his planet. I mean, they were equal to Starfleet, you know, in technology. But they were like just kept on this planet, on Saru's homeworld, and you found out how he ended up at Starfleet, because you know we got episodes where you know that there was predators on his planet, on his people, and you know, which was sort of interesting. And they're designed to fear everything with this ganglia. It's like if that drops out, I think they get rid of him. It's like they're culling his race. So the superior race is terrified of his race, because it all comes out. Originally, it was Saru's lot running the planet, and the other lot were being, you know, wiped out. I mean, there were hardly any of them left, and something happened where everything changed, and the other race that were losing sort of took control and created this like weird religion. And at a certain age that they all die, you know. It's like this culling of them all, and created this crazy religion. Well, I loved episodes like that. Well, Saru goes sort of back, and he sort of went back, right, and obviously they picked up on this and they demanded his return, and Pike wasn't having it. It was a bit because they were walking sort of, you know, the General Order one, but it came out, you know, they found a way around it and they intervened, and they caught Saru, and he started fighting back against. You see them, I mean, like they come out of this ooze stuff, these bahals or whatever they're called, and they're meant to be, I mean, actually they're quite scary, actually, not like Saru's lot. I mean, you know, I mean, they got like, remember that episode at Next Generation when Tasha Yar died with Black Goo stuff? They sort of come out like that, and they've got claws and that. But they're terrified of his race, and Saru stands up to him, and they're going to get rid of him and his sister, because sister's freaking out. Everything she believed had just been turned upside down, and he starts fighting back, and you know, this Red Angel, well, they're going to annihilate the entire Kelpian race, you know, this super Bahal lot, the other race on his planet are far superior, and kill them all, like commit mass genocide. And Pike's not having it, so he's going to destroy these pylons where this energy's been emitted. But this Red Angel pops up at that moment and uses power far beyond Federation and sort of screws up the Bahal race, and that's it. And all the Kelpians to go through this like sonic frequency, what the Discovery beams down through the pylons to evolve them, and all the things drop off. Well, Saru's been sort of trapped. He's got a new talent. These things come out and fire spikes, you know, but they've got these Bahal, they have force field, sort of deflects it, but it's great, you know. And his sister, and it's quite a very powerful episode. I like episodes where they go back to like a pre-warp culture. You remember Next Gen First Contact? They've had it in Stargate as well. They go to a world where people can't handle it, that there's more going on what they realise. It were great for that. This was a really good episode and very well written. So I definitely enjoyed this week's Discovery. I think just like I said last week's, it was a bit of a doozy. Week before it was a good episode, but it was very talky. But we got back onto something a bit solid this week. Like I said, great to see section number 31. I'm glad Tyler's back on the ship. You know, he sort of belongs on Discovery. Obviously, he's going to become a full crew member. There's going to be some, I think the bad guys is going to be section 31 down the line. Because there's history between this captain of the section 31 ship and Pike. You know, and Anson Mount, you know, honestly, I could just have him as captain in every series. He's that good. It's totally different to Lorca. So, tonight's episode, or today, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Fantastic episode, thoroughly enjoyed it. One of the better discoveries. So that's it, guys. Please subscribe. Press the notification button in the corner to know when I'm on. We'll be streaming every Sunday the first week in March. That is definite. I will put an ad up for that and set a time. I'll do some more videos of it weekend. I've had flu, guys, that's why I've been a bit quiet. Coming out of it now, it's typical. I meant to go out today with friends, and you know, and flu would, it's sort of like, you know, how it hangs about, and then later on in the day you start getting a bit better and think, well, could I have gone out? I don't know. I don't think I could have done, but maybe staying over the weekend and go out next week. So, you know, it doesn't matter. Sure, there you go. But more science fiction. I've got 8 and 6 episodes of Orville behind, or 5. I've got to sit down and watch all that tomorrow. I'm going to watch the lot of it and then do a review. Right then, guys, have a great weekend. I hope this nice weather keeps up, because it's been beautiful where I live. You know, it's been like a mild spring sort of feel. It's great, love it. And I'll speak to you soon. And so until my gangly drop off, that's how it goes. Live long and prosper, brothers and sisters.